When you have a ratio table, first figure out what is the table telling you? What are the units telling you? Well, here we have gallons in cost. So we're told that it costs 8.7 for 3 gallons. Now, what does 8.7 mean? How much money is that? Well, we know that money has 2 digits after the decimal. So if the decimal's here, it has 1, 2 digits, so we can add a placeholder 0. So 8.7 really means $8.70. So if it costs $8.70 for 3 gallons, how much is 1 gallon? That's actually what part B is asking us. So let's figure that out first, because that will help us complete the table. So it costs $8.70 for 3 gallons. That's the rate. That's the rate given to me in the table. So let's figure out the cost. I'll put money on top. What is the cost? I'll put question mark. What is the cost for 1 gallon? And like we did in the previous chapter, to get from 3 to 1, we divided by 3, right? 3 divided by 3 is 1. And if you divide by 3 in the bottom of the rate, you also divide by 3 in the top of the rate. So $8.70 divided by 3. If you put that in your calculator, you will get 2.9 in the calculator. But again, we're dealing with money. So how much money is this? This is not $2.09. This is $2.90, right? You could add a placeholder 0 after the 9. So this is $2.90 per gallon, per 1 gallon. That's your answer to part B. Now, we can use that information to figure out the rest of the table, which is what part A is asking us to do. What we have found is we're taking the number of gallons, and to get the cost, we multiply by $2.90, right? 3 gallons times $2.90 is $8.70. If you do the same thing from 4 to this price, 4 gallons times $2.90 should be $11.60. So if you do that in your calculator, you can double check that is actually correct. Now, how many gallons would cost $14.50? Now, do you see how we're going from gallons to cost here, gallons to cost, and we're multiplying the number of gallons times the cost? Well, what if we know the cost and we want to know the gallons? We have to go this direction, right? And so as you can see, we're going from here to here, we're going multiplication. And so if we go backwards, or if we do the inverse of multiplication, that would be division, right? So I need to divide by the cost per gallon, or divide by $2.90. If you do that in your calculator, take the cost, $14.50, and divide by the cost per gallon, which is $2.90. So $14.50 divided by $2.90, you will get 5, right? 5 gallons would cost $14.50. Finally, if you have 6 gallons, this would cost how much? You take 6 gallons, you multiply it by the cost per gallon, which is $2.90, and 6 times $2.90 would be $17.40, so 17.40. So now we have completed part A, we filled in the table. We completed part B, we found the cost of 1 gallon is $2.90. Part C, what is the cost of 9 gallons? The cost of 9 gallons. Okay, well if we know 1 gallon is $2.90, and we want 9 of these, or 9 gallons, we simply multiply by 9. So $2.90, the cost for 1 gallon, times the number of gallons, which in this case is 9. And if we multiply this, we get $26, or 26.1 in the calculator. But again, this is $26.10 because we add a 0. All right, so $26.10 for 9 gallons. Final question, part D, says this: how much does the cost increase if the number of gallons is increased from 4 gallons to 6 gallons? So what is our cost increase if we go from 4 to 6 gallons? Well, how much does 6 gallons cost? 6 gallons cost, if we look at our table, 6 gallons cost $17.40. So I'm going to write 6 gallons cost $17.40. How much does 4 gallons cost? We found that 4 gallons cost $11.60. All right, and so we want to know, what is the cost increase? What is the cost increased? If we go from 11 to $17.40, how much are we increasing by? And this is another way to say, what is the difference? if you say what is the cost increase, that means what is the difference in these two prices. And so if you want to find the difference, that's a key word in mathematics for subtract, right? We want to find the difference, or we want to subtract the larger number minus the smaller number. And if you do 1740 minus 1160, you'll get $5.80. $5.80. So that is the cost increase from 4 gallons to 6 gallons.